Well, thanks for joining us again. We are now up to day 12 of our 21 days of renewal, going through these Psalms of Ascent. I trust you've been enjoying this journey of ascent that we have been on together. Our Psalm for today is Psalm 129, so let's take some time to read through this together right now. It says this: "They have greatly oppressed me from my youth. Let Israel say, they have greatly oppressed me from my youth. But they have not gained the victory over me. Plowmen have plowed my back and made their furrows long, but the Lord is righteous. He has cut me free from the cords of the wicked. May all who hate Zion be turned back in shame. May they be like the grass on the roof, which withers before it can grow. With it the reaper cannot feel his hands, nor the one who gathers will feel his arms. May those who pass by not say, the blessing of the Lord be upon you. We bless you in the name of the Lord." This psalm is all about resilience, an idea that we are well familiar with here at Dayspring. We have talked a lot about the need to be resilient disciples in a world that now looks more like Babylon than Jerusalem, how we are in this world, but not of this world. We are living as exiles. But it's important to remember we are also, as we've talked about, a creative minority called to live a life that beautifully resists the false stories of our days so that we can bring the one true story into our world. The world we have grown up in is a world of comfort. It's a world that drifts on the tides of convenience, a world that does not teach us resilience. But this psalm here reminds us that our faith is one of perseverance. The Christian faith is a faith of perseverance. The fact that we are here today as His church testifies to this truth. Throughout history, the Christian faith has endured many challenges. It's outlasted empire after empire, and it is still at work in our world today as salt and light, bringing healing and redemption. Our faith is a faith that outlasts. Perseverance it's not about getting it right all the time. It means simply that we keep going. Perseverance isn't this desperate clinging on, but it's a traverse from strength to strength. Luke 21:19, Jesus says this: "Stand firm and you will win life." Another translation says, "By your patient endurance, you will gain your souls." Such a beautiful promise. The pinnacle of this psalm of resilience, of standing firm, is found in these words: "But the Lord is righteous." Now we have to remember that righteousness, it's a relationship word. It's a word that pulls us into right relationship with God. And so this statement, "the Lord is righteous," means that at the end of the day, the defining reality for us as Christians is the personal, unalterable, persevering commitment that God makes to us. Perseverance is not merely the result of our own determination. It is first and foremost the result of God's faithfulness. Our God is faithful. One commentator says this, that Christian discipleship is a process of paying more and more attention to God's righteousness and less attention to our own. I love that. That is how this truth of paying more and more attention to God's righteousness, that is how we train our hearts to be resilient, how we lead the life of being tossed to and fro from the waves, blown here and there. God is faithful. He has cut us free from the cords that imprison us. Though we have been hard pressed on every side, we are not crushed. Though perplexed, we're not in despair. Though persecuted, we are not abandoned. Though struck down, we shall not be destroyed. As the psalm promises, they have not gained the victory over me. Instead, all these things, the hard pressing, these things testify to the death of Jesus at work in our life, sacrificial love, so that the life of Jesus may also be revealed through our life. So this morning, as we take time to reflect deeply on this psalm, using our time tool, I would suggest taking time to remember all the times that God has been faithful to you in the past. Then think of a part of your life that is experiencing a hard pressing right now. What would it look like for God's faithfulness to come through? Maybe write it down as a prayer or a psalm of thanksgiving. Pray it, even sing it back to God. And as you do, may your faith and may your heart be ever more resilient to hold fast to the ways of Jesus, His vision for your life, and all of His promises that are yes and amen. And remember, whatever trouble you may be facing, the promise is that it doesn't need to get into your heart. It shall not have victory over you. God is faithful. Amen. Bless you, church.